My guest is Kip's business partner and son, Tyler Herriage. He is a partner at Vertical Research Advisory. The website, again, VRAinsider.com. Tyler Herriage, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Hey, Wayne, doing well. Better to be on now with you here today. As always, thank you for having me on again.
And better to be in Sugar Land, Texas than New York City. God
Right.
forbid you live in New York City.
Yeah,
I'm
trying to
glad
stay as far away as possible.
And by the way, I always say I live in Las Vegas. I don't live in Las Vegas. I live in Summerlin. Summerlin's a whole different world in Las Vegas. It's a Las Vegas address. It's inside the city of Las Vegas, but it's like saying you live in Scottsdale versus Phoenix. Scottsdale's nice. Phoenix is kind of a crap hole. Vegas is kind of a crap hole, but Summerlin's beautiful. So you're in Sugar Land, which is a lot nicer than Houston, a beautiful suburb of Houston. I'm in a beautiful suburb of Las Vegas. So we're very lucky not to be in places that are kind of ugly and crime-ridden and high taxes. So good for us.
Yes.
The Fed just announced a rate cut, but the market sold off on Chairman Powell because he had to add something that would make it all go down, right? He added a if but, right? Well, a December rate cut is far from a foregone conclusion, he said. God, do you think that rate cuts will continue, number one? And number two, do you say good riddance to Jerome Powell? Because I know I do.
Yes, May cannot come soon enough, the end of Jerome Powell's term. And he's been a famously or notoriously political Fed chairman, which is not a quality that you want in your Federal Reserve chairman first and foremost. So on his way out here, I think that he's got to trying to take a little bit of a jab at Trump while he still can. But like you said, the good news is he doesn't have much longer to do it. But that spooked the market here a little bit today. The great news, of course, is that we were just at all-time highs yesterday. But our call does remain unchanged here. We look for yields to move much lower from here. The Fed should absolutely cut again in December because these high-rate policies are absolutely tone deaf. This affects anybody on the lower end of the income spectrum far more than the wealthy out there. These high-rate policies are terrible for the second America, for somebody who wants to buy their first home, for someone who needs to buy a used car or just get a loan in general. So these are absolutely tone-deaf policies from the Fed. So the good news is he's on his way out. And again, in our view, rates are headed dramatically lower from here. It's exactly what Trump wants. It's exactly what his Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent wants as well. And it's going to be phenomenal for the economy. We've said it for some time now that we look for GDP to cross above 5%, likely in early 2026, thanks to the Trump economic miracle 2.0. We're also in the midst of an innovation revolution meets the roaring 2020s. So we look at this as a perfect storm here for an economic boom, which will lead to a stock market boom as well.
All right, so you and your dad, Kip Herriage, you are Tyler Herriage. You've both been pounding the table about gold and silver and gold miners. And by the way, I agree with you. I get all my cues from you, but I also have my own opinions. And I've loved gold for 20 years now. All started off because of Kip Herriage teaching me about gold, your dad. So I owe it to him why I'm such a gold bug. But I love gold. The world is filled with problems. You've got to own gold. The world's monetary fiat currency is a disaster. Everybody's debt's a disaster. Everybody's deficit's a disaster. Everybody's spending is a disaster. Every country is a welfare state. Their money is worthless, and that means you got to own a lot of gold. But gold took a pounding in the last week. I mean, a pounding. But again, it was at 4,300 plus. It went straight from 2,700 to 4,300 without ever pausing or stopping. And now it went back from 4,300, not to 2,000, not to 3,000, to just 4,000. And it's up a little bit today. So is this a pause and it's going to continue its ascent till it gets to 5,000 and more? Are gold miners going to go even higher? Or is this a sign that the gold bull rally is over?
Well, I got to say, I'm very thankful to my dad for educating me about gold from a young age as well. I'm a gold bug now. He's a gold bug. His dad was a gold bug. And our newest addition to the team here, my younger brother, Sam, he's a gold bug as well. So I think going into the year, there was really no bigger bull on Wall Street for gold than us here at the VRA. Our year-end price target was 4,000. So we're still at those levels now. Like you said, it went above and beyond what even the biggest bull out there thought that it might do. But we do see this as a pause that refreshes here. We do see gold going a whole lot higher, gold miners going a whole lot higher. And here's the good news. Pullbacks like this that are quick are never fun. We just saw a 6-day decline in gold of 10%, but this isn't unprecedented. We've seen it 10 times going back over the last 44 years now. And here's the good news. Over the next 2 months, gold has been higher 100% of the time.
Wow.
after a time frame like this, with big gains as well. So it's great to see it already at our year-end price target. We're going to be raising those here into 2026 and beyond.
That's what I love about you guys, because you're like me as a sports bettor, right? In other words, I used to know, hey, a certain team in this situation wins 75% of the time, and if they do lose, the next time they have an 85% chance of winning, and that gives you confidence when you make your bet. It's not just, sticking your finger in the air and seeing which way the wind blows. It's knowing facts, and you guys just gave me such a great hit of confidence, because I love gold. I didn't sell one bit of my gold. I think it's going to 5, 6, 7,000. And when I hear you say that 100% of the time, every time it's ever pulled back by 10%, 2 months later it was substantially higher. So let's hope from your mouth to God's ear. Or is that what my grandmother used to say? Yeah, from your mouth to God's ear, she used to say. And so let's hope that's true, because that's one hell of a stat, Tyler. I love that. What about crypto? What do you think about Bitcoin? Because I know I'm a big Bitcoin believer and I own a lot of it. And my question is, that's been down, but not terribly down, just like gold. It's been kind of, hanging out in the same region, lower than it was about a month ago, maybe 10% lower. And my question to you is Bitcoin going to move higher as we get towards the new year?
That's a great question, and you're spot on there. And back to the point of analytics, we love that here for investing as well, and it certainly applies to other prediction markets. Those are fantastic numbers. So I'll give you one here for Bitcoin. Q4 is the best quarter for Bitcoin returns. So like you said, we haven't seen it so far in Bitcoin, but over the last 10 years, Bitcoin averages 57.5% gains in Q4.
Really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's incredible, and it's an incredible number, and it has matured now that we have the ETFs and institutional ownership. That's when it was really going from a much smaller number versus the 100,000 plus today. But our long-term price target for Bitcoin, we see it going to over $1 million a Bitcoin. So we look at this as an accumulation type of zone, and a great opportunity to add more to your portfolio, especially in this incredibly bullish time frame of the year.
It's like my reaction. I think I got that from a movie. What? Some movie I saw a guy went, what? His hair went straight in the air when you hear numbers like that. That's really incredible. So to hear that, $1 million is your prediction for Bitcoin. I thought you were going to say 200,000 is your prediction, but I remember 200,000.
That's our shorter term price target.
200,000 is kind of where you thought it would go in the next few months. So it makes sense that eventually it will go to $1 million. Including this year, VRA has beaten the markets 19 of the last 22 years, assuming it stays at that for the next 2 months. You'll have beaten the market 19 out of 22 years. You're up over 41% this year, beating the market by a mile. My fans can get 2 weeks free automatically. Just go to VRAinsider.com. Tyler and his dad Kip and his brother Sam work, like me, like dogs, like 24 hours a day. I work all day long to get you the best political information. They work all day long to get you the best economic and investing and stock information. And I'm a witness. I've seen it all for 22 years with Kip, and now he taught his sons the same work ethic, just like my work ethic. That's why I like you guys. You're like Wayne Roots, except in business, not politics. Great stuff. We make a great team. Thanks for all you do.
Yes.
Thanks for making all my fans a lot of money. You guys are good. That's like a Donald Trump thing. A lot of money. Thanks a lot, guys. VRAinsider.com. VRAinsider.com. Tyler Herriage. God bless, man.
Yes. Thank you, Wayne.